As many of you may know, I do have disabilities that make it difficult to get things done. I gotta go back into the library and try to get some stuff finished there. And, well, quite frankly, I'm overwhelmed with all of it. There's some trash in here, and I am clearing it out a bit at a time. But, like I said, there's a lot of it. I've been living in this thing for a bit. Now, having Danelle Boggs call me on one of her days off leads me to believe somebody got a hold of her and said, "Hey, guess what? I saw you on YouTube." The thing is, the protection of the victim is never, ever taken into consideration in these situations like it should be. To be abused in such a way and have people say they can't do anything about it, well, you simply are incorrect about that. Any of you can do something about it. And my predators have shown this. See, if I act like my predators, then they will work together to turn it in and say, "See, this is proof that Sean Schwartz is an evil, horrible, terrible person. Here's our proof. He did to us what we did to him to begin with. Or he threatened to do so back. So we ought to do something about the evil bastard." It's all just stupid. Now, I posted up on my Facebook today some things from minorities who are sick of the racism against white people. Sick of how horrible it is that there are so many of us that fought for equality. And now we're being abused because we fought for equality. Because we fought for the rights of others. Those others whose rights we fought for are now kicking us in the teeth for it. We are to blame. We are to blame. When we're victimized, we're told to go to the back of the bus. A young black woman today literally said that on her YouTube channel. She said, "How can we expect all these white people who are taking this shit to go to the back of the bus?" Now, she was talking specifically about police abusing the homeless, which is also refreshing. Anyway, I gotta clean up my stuff here and get it packed up to go inside. It's now 2:16, so I should be able to try to get some stuff done before 4. Got my spare batteries. So, gotta make sure I grab chargers for all of them. I also gotta make sure that I grab my speakers here. There's a part of them that's not working right, so I'm gonna have to mess with them and adjust them until they do work right. See how my silly putty is looking. I love silly putty. It's quasi-rubbery, isn't it? There's a lot of ideas that I have, and people tell me, "Hey man, those are good ideas." They tell me, "Hey man, why didn't you ever build that?" Well, I never had a place. That's something that a lot of people take for granted. And my disability money, those back payments are supposed to be to help me to get things like that. But when we have to go to officials in charge of those things who are only after saving the bottom dollar, they don't care about following the law or following the rules. They're going to make the rules different, especially for the clients who are easiest to victimize. Being in the low income in Chapel, Nebraska was not a good thing. the people who were in charge of it, well, they didn't feel they needed to do their jobs. Matter of fact, so much so that they ended up in the Omaha newspaper. Omaha, Nebraska. This little dinky town in western Nebraska was in the major city newspaper. Let that sink in. And specifically the people that I spoke of. I am a hell of a magnet for exposing corruption. I'm very good at it. Not very good at being heard. And a lot of people want to say it's because of the way that I act. No, the way that I act is because I'm not being heard. And because I'm not being heard, a lot of other people are not being heard. A lot of people who wish that I could lend an ear to their voice. Or lend my voice to theirs. And I do try. But also, when it's only one way, and it's not reciprocated, they're not helping my voice to get heard. So when I try to tell their stories, it doesn't do any good for them because people aren't hearing it. Luckily, there's situations like with Selena Not Afraid. Or at least somebody did try to hear it, even though it was people who hated me, and people who didn't like me, and people who wanted me to be harmed. At least they fucking made a goddamn effort to help out in the situation. And albeit not very many, and some of them in completely the wrong direction, at least it got someone to listen. 14,000 views on the Missing Women of Hardin, Montana video that I'd made 10 months before Selena Not Afraid disappeared. It had like 56 views overall before Selena Not Afraid disappeared. From 56 to over 14,000 in just a matter of days. And why? Because somebody disappeared in exactly the way I said that they do. Although I was wrong. I thought Lame Deer was west of Hardin. Turns out it's east. There's a lot of places to lose a person out there. And it's not exactly the best land that a person could ask for. In most places, it's horrible land. Nothing but sand. And you might get some odd strains of quasi-lemongrass that pops up. But other than that, not much. There's a lot of Montana that's absolutely beautiful. And the mountains around that area, some of them are beautiful. But the majority of the area the natives are allowed to have. After the 5th time their treaty was redrawn and they got less land. That's right, 5 times. The reservation, the Crow Reservation in Montana, is only 1/5 the size that it used to be. Or sorry, 1/4 of the size that it used to be. It's been downsized every single time that the treaty's been redrawn. Alright. There's just too much crap to carry. There's way too much crap in here. That's my excuse. I think it's pretty valid. Seems how there is seriously way too much stuff in here. We'll relocate this to the back. And then later on I can dump that crap. I found my Holy Bible. Haven't really read this one much. Let's see. Songs of Songs. If she is a virgin like a wall, we will protect her with a silver tower. But if she is promiscuous like a swinging door, we will block her door with a cedar bar. Well, that sounds pleasant. Ezra, Chronicles, Kings, Samuel, Joshua, Deuteronomy, Numbers. The NLT version. All right. All right, that might be a bit heavy for me to go in with.